Hello and welcome to creating a receivable or RE transaction in AZ360. We will be demonstrating this process in one of our test environments, and the screen has been zoomed in for optimal viewing. In our current training scenario, an agency has received a request to create an RE transaction to record $500 worth of services that the department provided to customer Joan Brett. The RE will record the amount as bill earned revenue in order to collect the $500 from the customer. We are already logged into the AZ360 application, and the accounts receivable business role has been selected in the top right of the screen. To get started, we will navigate to the global search field at the top of the screen and ensure that page code has been selected. In the search here menu, we will type in RE and we'll select RE receivable from the drop-down that generates. The RE financial transaction page will populate. We will click the Create button. In Transaction Department, we are entering ADA and checking off the auto numbering checkbox. Go ahead and click Continue to advance, and you'll notice that a new RE transaction has generated and opens to the Header tab. The transaction is in draft. The version number is 1. The function is new, and the status is held. In the General Information section of the Header tab, we will enter a transaction description. In this case, it will be bill earned revenue. And then we will navigate to the Vendor tab. Note that although we are entering the information for customer Joan Brett, we will be utilizing the Vendor tab and vendor fields. This is due to both vendors and customers utilizing the same field in AZ360. This will become more apparent in the next few steps. So going back to the Vendor tab here, we will go ahead and assign a vendor customer code for Joan Brett for the transaction. We will click the pick list. In the vendor customer field that generates, we will enter Joan Brett's vendor customer code using a wildcard asterisk to help to narrow down results. So we will enter AD wildcard asterisk 10188 and then click search. And Joan Brett's customer account will populate in the grid at the bottom of the screen. Go ahead and click OK. Under Billing Profile, we will type in DPBOT. Notice the rest of the fields here on the blue vendor line have not been populated. If you click Save, all of those values infer based on the vendor customer code that we selected for Joan. Okay. We're now going to navigate to the Accounting tab. We will insert a new line by clicking the plus sign by tab level actions. In the line amount, we will enter the amount of the receivable, in this case 500. The department will be ADA. We will be utilizing a function in this scenario. The function we will be using is BSD 0019200. And in the revenue field, we will enter 4351. Now note that fund, appropriation, and unit are all left blank as they will be inferred by the function. Okay, we'll click the expand caret. Under the General Information section, we are going to be entering a line description. This line description will appear on the invoice, so it is an important detail to have on the transaction. For our scenario, our line description will be health insurance benefits billed for May 2023. Okay, we're then going to click the COA section and just make note that all of the fields that show are currently blank. Again, they will infer based on the function after the transaction has been validated. Okay, so go ahead and click Validate to check the transaction for errors. Okay, there are no errors. The transaction validated successfully. Click the expand caret again. Note that after validating, event type AR01, standing for bill earned revenue, and line type A for principal have auto-populated. Those are the default values. Click on the COA section and notice all of the chart of account elements that have populated. So, major program, program period, subtask, activity, and that's all based on the function that was utilized. Lastly, we will navigate to the Posting tab and click the expand caret. You'll note under and then show more. You'll note under the General Information section, there's information from the accounting line You'll want to go ahead and verify that the information is correct. Here's the line amount, the accounting line description that we just entered. And then if you click the COA section, you'll notice those additional COA elements that generated after we validated using that function. Okay. Last step in the process is to submit the transaction to your Nextline agency supervisor for approval. So we'll click the Submit button. You'll know that it's submitted successfully when you get the message displayed here. And we have now completed the process of creating an RE transaction in AZ360. Feel free to click the Home icon to return to the home screen.